Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Fundayz Sports. We're coming to you live from the Alpha Juliet studio. I've got Frosty in the house.
What's up?
And Big Fish.
Hello.
Looking good, boys. Got a lot of new logo gear.
Yeah.
Logoed up.
You know,
Some good fresh looking merch.
Get the merch going.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys need anything, go on Fundaysports.com, where we've got hats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, and hoodies all available right now.
Fundaysports.com.
Fundaysports.com.
www.fundaysports.com.
How are you guys doing this week?
Good.
Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
420.
420, yeah.
Coinciding holidays. You gotta love it when different religions line up.
You know, it's the day we could all get along.
The day the world all comes together.
On today's episode, we're going to give a little NFL draft insight. We've got Big Fish, who's going to be at the Gray Zabel draft party down in Pierre.
25th. Private invite only.
Hell yeah.
Got to know people.
Got to know people.
Got to know.
It's kind of a wristband event, you know.
If you're not on the list, you're just not on the list.
Probably like, here's an extra 500 in case I want seconds.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into a little bit of mock draft stuff, and then we're also going to talk about the transfer portal and what's kind of opened up throughout this past week. We're through week 1 of the transfer portal. Got a lot to get in with that. Also, Stanley Cup playoffs and NBA playoffs have started. I think it's one of the best basketball and the best hockey is played. Hockey players are always tough. It's nice to see NBA players actually get tough for the playoffs, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd use tough loosely still with the NBA.
Yeah, hockey, those dudes are tough as nails.
Those dudes are actually
best
tough.
athletes in the world.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and then what else? We're going to dive into a little bit of one creator getting suspended, as well as one creator being invited to play in 3 different PGA Tour events. I'm excited to get you guys' insight on that, so I'll bring more of the info and content on that one, and then definitely want to get some live reactions and see how you guys feel with it.
Yeah.
What else we got? Frosty found some new club head speed.
Yeah, found out some stuff, learning some stuff. That's the beautiful thing about golf, is you're always learning.
Legitimately added 20 to 30 yards.
Yeah, it's a big boost. It's nuts how tweaking some stuff can really
Changes.
really just
changes.
make a huge difference.
You just got to get stuff lined up.
That's it.
Yeah.
Stuff. Stuff's the key word to golf today, apparently.
The building
Big
blocks,
stuff.
man. You got to put it all together.
Yeah.
And after a little mishap on the previous mobile mics, we will have new ones coming in.
Yeah.
That will be
Shout
usable
out
on our
my
actual
fuck up.
systems. I'm so proud of you.
Turns out I'm a mathlete, not an athlete.
Yeah.
No,
Not even that.
They don't know. They
don't
don't
know.
know.
And then next weekend, it's going to be our first live podcast with a live guest as well, outside of our man Art. But we're going to have Lincoln Keenholtz.
The old Keen Holtz.
Shout out to the pure golden boy.
Yep.
Yeah, no kidding. And shout out to Ohio State football. It'll be great to talk to him,
Ohio
talk to him
State.
about, what's up?
The
The-
Ohio State.
The Ohio State University.
I just hope someone don't yell, "Oh-H!" and some, "Oh-yo!"
All day.
all day.
Now that you said it, I'm probably going to be on the podcast just screaming it across the...
What's going to be funny is, like, 2 people are going to be like, yeah! The rest are like, what is he talking
What?
about?
I just
What?
bought that because I want to meet Lincoln. Like,
Like, wait,
you gotta,
what?
is this some secret society?
Yeah. High tide.
You'll have half the people go Big Red.
Oh, and we're going to have some merch available that day. We're going to have a couple of hats that we're going to do as a giveaway, and then we're going to have some stickers for sale, as well as t-shirts if you want to get a Fundayz Sports t-shirt. Make sure you join us on April 26th at noon. That'll be Saturday. And we will be live. It'll be a catered event. Long Branch, as well as... What else is
Oh,
bringing?
Richie Z's.
Richie Z's.
Richie Z's barbecue.
Little smokehouse.
Yeah, bringing the sauce. Gonna have a DJ there.
Nice.
It's gonna be a pretty legit event.
I'll probably just sing. I don't know.
This is gonna be fun.
Full karaoke.
Full on.
So if you want to catch Big Fish singing karaoke live and then being asked to politely leave the Pier Mall, make sure you join us April 26th.
What's up, guys?
Believe it or not, I've got kicked out of bigger venues. So.
Oh my god.
That's not the
I'll
vibe.
talk. Or sing. One of the two.
And big shout out to Fresh Huddle for actually making that possible, being the forefront of this. It is to benefit the YMCA youth football program as well as Feeding South Dakota. Two great causes that we've talked about before, but it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, that youth football program. Wouldn't have any idea how many kids that involves, but you know, the softball fields with the little cut-up fields, man, they're packed.
Yeah.
To the gills with hard-hitting football. 3rd grade, 4th grade. Oof.
Hey, it all
Big
goes
hits.
back to the kids, man.
Yeah.
You know,
do.
if you're going to cook a proper CTE, it's got to start very early.
It does.
You gotta slow cook it, baby.
It does.
Low
and they
low.
do take proper, they got good equipment, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
teaching them to play the right way.
Teach them the right way, yeah.
keep the head up, fellas. Ain't no more getting it low.
Gotta keep your head up.
No, and when you start younger doing those things, I think like a lot of things in life, the younger you start, the better off you are in the long term just because it's ingrained into what you're actually doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. When it's ingrained in it, you don't have to think about it, and therefore you can build off of it from there.
Big time.
The big
It's a
thing.
better play.
Yeah. And it also gives
The
kids a
built
chance
thing
that,
blocks.
because we obviously know every sport ain't going to be for every kid. So, I mean, this is a great stepping stone to get them introduced to football. And, either they're going to fall in love with it.
Yeah.
Or,
They're going to want to play basketball.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's plenty of sports out there, but it's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
And shout out to basketball players.
Shout out all the other sports.
Oh, there is?
There's more sports.
Sports. Watch up sports.
Yeah, sports.
So what, April 24th? Day 1 of the NFL draft?
Day one.
Yeah, day 1, round 1.
Day 1, round 1. We're really hoping Gray goes.
Yeah, you got to be, since we're from small town South Dakota and subsequently live across the river from him, know his family. Obviously, it's the big thing. Like,
Yeah, you want to see him go.
you want to see him go and go early and get that process over. But regardless, we know he's going at some point.
Yeah, he's going.
Definitely
he's
going.
definitely
No,
First
undrafted
or
free
second
agent
round,
out
for
of
sure.
North Dakota State. National champion.
Yeah.
Also a national champion. Our
Thinking Keenholz.
our guest that we've got coming on next week.
That's crazy. To think 2 peer kids from the same high school, same year, one's an
National champion.
FAA, and the other one's the big boy. They both win national titles.
Yep.
Yeah.
And not only that, they just went to the White House.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them. Not just
Great.
one.
Gray made old Don look a little tiny.
Oh, 6'3", 230, 240, Don.
Yeah. And he
Wow.
didn't look
Great offensive line. Greatest line.
greatest.
The best line.
I mean, what a big thing, though, like, for Gray, like, we talked, like, he actually, and I'm sure they all meet the president, but, like, he got called out in front of everybody to come and talk to him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Gonna have
Looked
to
like he was
look back
running
on
Secret
that.
Service detail, to be honest with you.
Yeah, if the NFL doesn't work out, we got a hell of a job for you here in Washington.
Yeah.
And then back to Lincoln. So Lincoln and Ohio State, they went to the White House. They had a nice little visit. Obviously, Lincoln wasn't called out, but the cool thing about it is going into this year, this is where he's going to be on more of a national stage just because he's already got the talent and he's going to get more of a chance to showcase it.
Yep.
He had a good, that spring game, he had a pretty good game.
Yeah, they're extremely well. Was mobile, great vision across the field, ball was coming out. And great thing is, if he doesn't play at Ohio State, let's say 5th-year transfer somewhere. I keep bringing up Joe Burrow, but I mean, it's a great situation where...
Because he'll only be a sophomore in eligibility this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
which is huge.
Which is big. And that kid is so deceptively fast. Like he doesn't look fast.
Yeah, quick motion and go. Smooth running.
So hopefully everything works out for him this year and he gets the chance that he deserves, that he earned.
Yeah.
To be at Ohio State, because to be scholarshiped by a school as such as Ohio State, they don't just pick anybody up.
No.
Like
you're historically great, a national champion. You're the best team in the Big Ten consistently year after year, unless you ask a few salty Michigan fans, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be cool to talk to him, get a little insight as far as what he does on a day-to-day basis, what it's like being at a historic program, and in all sports, not just their football team. I mean, it's historically a very, very, very successful athletic tradition. And so getting to be a part of that, I'm just curious to kind of pick his brain on how much history is around campus and things that he didn't necessarily think about, even though he signed the letter, but then going and really learning like everything that has to do with it.
Yeah, I think another thing that's crazy for these big athletes, especially like Lincoln, he wasn't like their average Joe, like where we had to go eat at some dingy cafeteria.
Yeah. They got their own deal out there.
These guys are eating a little bit better than the rest of the student.
Oh, yeah. I'm very excited to see what his meal plan looks like at Ohio State.
Oh.
I'm more curious to see like the aspects of college versus high school, the big differences there.
Kind of changes in between.
Yeah, because for me and a lot of people out there, a lot of our viewership, obviously you make it to high school and then that's pretty much where you end up at.
Yeah,
the majority not everybody goes on to college. So I'd be kind of curious to, just kind of see his point of view from that side.
Heck yeah. And then going from big man on campus to
big fish, small pond. Now we got a
solid fish in the ocean.
Solid fish in a lot bigger pond now.
And a very, very, very fast football team. I'm curious to hear about the speed differentiations.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Just like you said, the speed differentiation
differentiation.
Difference. I'll just say difference.
And like how you said, him being the big man, that sometimes kids that come from, that are historically, in high school that are just absolutely dominant, they don't want to sit out that year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like they want to play.
And I think he told us before, like he understood what it takes now. Like it is not like an overnight success.
Yeah, no, it's the next level. Yeah. There is more depth.
Yeah, turns out there's more than just one Lincoln Kienholz.
It's a whole sea of Lincoln Kienholz now.
Especially at a Power 5 program that consistently competes and did win a national championship. Yeah. And you can't knock him. I mean, Will Howard had an amazing season.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
No, 100%. Like, and that
looking at one of the better quarterbacks in the draft this season.
Yeah, and he still goes to practice every day, and he's doing the same drills, same reps, everything top to bottom. And I really think Ohio State's second string, if he's got some backups in who are actually playing, I think they're better than the vast majority of teams across the entire country.
Oh, yeah.
So he's getting good, real, live, full-speed reps.
Yeah, and it's proven, Ohio State. Like, I mean, you got Joe Burrow.
Yep.
He left, wins the national title. He can't get on the field at Ohio State.
Right.
Nope.
Goes win a natty,
Goes to LSU.
Brock Ewers.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, Quinn. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he can't get on the field, and stud at Texas.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, Arch backing up, another stud. I mean, cultivated through the cream of the crop and can't get on the field right now. Quinn's going to the NFL, so now he's got the option.
Yep.
Understood the assignment.
Absolutely. Speaking of understanding an assignment, man, Big Fish, some of the stats and the data on the I am a Leva.
Oh, man. The old, was it when the first day the portal opened up? Was it a little over, they say 10,000 kids in the transfer portal from D1 down to D3?
Oh, shit.
Baylor don't even got a basketball team left.
No,
Yeah.
nothing.
Every kid's gone.
Rick Pitino said he's not looking into the portal, or he's not looking into any high school recruits this season. It's just straight portal transfers. And then football, the same thing. So back to the Tennessee quarterback.
Ooh.
Yep.
So what, he's got to deal at $2 million.
He had a deal with $2 million at Tennessee.
And he held
with
out.
0% income tax in Tennessee. And
Didn't show up for spring practice.
Yeah, he wanted $4 million. I think
And a
that's part of
Bugatti,
his dad.
allegedly.
I think
Allegedly,
that's when
I
he's
think
listening to some really bad advice there.
I think he had some bad advice on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, he must have been listening to Nico Harrison.
But,
And,
you know, then he
takes the mask off. It's me, Nico.
It's me. I'm Nico.
So he ends up at UCLA. It's not like it's terrible at $1.75 million to play.
He's lucky he's even getting that.
Yeah, I mean, because he left himself out on an island.
I mean, let's be fair. The Auburn quarterback was making 2.5 last year, and he was god awful.
Yeah. See, this is where these colleges are going to take it's going to be like me going to Deadwood. It's just a gamble if I'm going to win or if I'm going to lose.
100%. Who's going to spend the most to try and win?
Yeah. And that don't always go that. I mean, in theory, on paper, it should go that way, but so it don't always work out. But I mean, like, he takes $1.75 million from UCLA. Now he bumps up to 16% of that to the good old state of California.
16.
I think it's 16%.
That's pretty light. That's pretty light on how much he owes to the state of California.
That's what the NIL guy that was said that he would bump up to like 16%. He would lose, and he said how much money he was going to lose. And
they did an entire breakdown, and he'll make less than $900,000 unless he donates quite a bit back to charity.
There's always a way to hide money. If you have shout out to the right accountant.
Shout out to the Bahamas.
Donnie Tugs and Caicos.
But we also, so now we have to also take into consideration what you just said. You just said, he's only going to make $900,000 this year to play quarterback.
Oh my God.
In college.
Yeah, in college.
Piece of shit. Only $900,000. That's all you're getting.
Yeah. Kids used to get this money, but it had to come from like the house cleaner that dropped it off,
Dude, if you gave me $900,000,
I'd say
Eric Dickerson's Gold Trans Am.
I mean, they did. Trust me, they used to do it. It was just backdoor deals.
I'm still going to call bullshit on Alabama when Nick Saban said, I mean, like you said, he didn't directly probably have anything to do with it.
He didn't pay the players.
No, the boosters did.
Not his problem.
Well, I get that.
You can't control what the boosters do.
Because you can't tell me that you can have some kid that wants to run the beaches of Miami or FSU or USC, and they like, hey, we should landlock ourselves in Alabama. Like, this is fun.
Yeah, you don't totally landlock in Alabama. Gulf Shores is a damn good time.
Yeah, Gulf Shores.
You get down there.
Shout out Gulf Shores. Been there before. Spent some time there. Fun time.
No, and then the other big thing that he was doing prior to real NIL money, he was actually providing coaches that knew what the hell they were doing.
Yeah.
And former NFL coaches, so they were preparing these guys to play professional football.
Well, Lane Kiffin was on a staff there, was he not?
Yep.
Who else did they have there?
They also had Steve Sarkisian.
Yep, Sarkisian.
They had Bill O'Brien.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Texans,
talking about like guys top to bottom where you can go there to rebuild your career under Saban, and then instead of having head coaching bullshit to deal with, press conferences. Yeah, you just get to go do your job.
So now if you're in college, and have a shot at playing, anywhere you want, do you pick UNC to go to Coach Belichick? Because he's going to prepare you.
I would say if you really
think
look
so.
at the future, yeah. Like if you're that caliber of player that obviously is going to make it to the NFL, yes, I would say go to UNC.
Yeah, go play for Belichick. Go play for a school that has a ton of NIL money to give out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money in Chapel Hill.
Go be a Tar Heel.
Never be a Dookie.
What's that?
You don't want to be a Blue Devil?
Never be a Blue Devil.
No, selling your soul, man.
No, it's terrible color. That's a terrible color of blue.
Yeah.
Royal Blue?
Why wouldn't you want to be North Carolina Blue? Tar Heels?
I know, because you're not a fairy.
And what are you? I mean,
I really like North Carolina.
Well, I mean, and then you talk, North Carolina and Duke. I mean, that's a great rivalry too. 10 miles down the road from each other.
Yeah. That's what I like about every guy argument. At the end, you could just call it gay, basically, and move on with your day.
Sure.
Because you're not a fairy.
Oh, man. The best kind of blue is navy blue, paired with silver and white.
But like,
how about them Cowboys?
But back to the whole the transfer portal, the NIL money.
No.
Like you had mentioned, there's got to be some kind of contract. I mean, it's got to start sometime. And like that guy had said on here, even like these smaller schools. So like we were talking about the 1AA schools that you're balling out. Even these smaller AA schools can't pay their players what these kids
they can't
are getting.
afford it.
No, and they may be able to play 2 of them.
Yeah,
but it's not the entire roster.
Like that guy said, I think there needs to be some compensation for you busting your ass finding this kid in the middle of nowhere that no one wanted to give a chance to.
Sure.
Balls out and then leaves you for a bunch of money. Like, I think there should be some kind of stipulation that
like compensatory picks.
Yeah. Like if you're coming from
yeah.
Can't say shit right
compensatory.
And not taking anything away from the kid, but there should be something that's get back to that smaller university. Now they're paying this kid $3 million, and you just walk out, and you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Now we don't got a quarterback.
Yeah, they should have.
The thing that I don't want to see out of that is Tennessee having to pay USC
or UCLA
$1.5 million.
Yeah, there should be an exemption.
Just for a buyout. That's where I think if it's from a 1AA, Division II, Division III, NAIA, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
If there's an NIL deal and you want to sign that player, then give a little kickback to that school.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see it turn into now like all of these major universities are just trading money, and then the person who's just going to school there for a state school is now paying $65,000 for tuition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Everything's got to be in moderation there. You can't just go let it run out the gates there.
Like when do these kids become when do these kids become not student athletes anymore now that they're getting paid? So you're telling me I'm paying $4 million for Frosty to block for my quarterback, and
hell, I take up 2 spots, man.
Frosty's
it's a 2-for-1 deal.
Struggling in the grades. I got $4 million riding on this kid. Like,
yeah.
Those grades are going to get better somehow.
Get him a tutor.
Get him a tutor. Got to go to a tutor.
A tutor.
A tutor always helps. That's another, I think, just like as a common person that you look in from the outside, like, when does it become like, I'm not going to class, bro. You're paying me $4 million to play.
Yeah.
And, so there's another fine line between, you come here to be a student athlete, now you're getting $4 million. How much say do you got?
Yeah.
You make a good point when somebody's making more money than the chancellor of the university.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
More than any of their professors or anything. You know.
And I got a story about that, but I'm going to have to ask one of my buddies that played in the NFL if I can tell it. But it's about that same situation about money.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can tell it until
to be continued.
Get some permission. But like you said, like now you're the highest paid employee on the campus.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm making as many colored copies as I want with that printer.
You think I want to listen to my academic advisor that's like got their 401k and like a $61,000 salary? Like, no, I don't want to listen to that person.
You should invest in my future.
Yeah.
You want me to sign a card for you?
Here, this is for your kids.
Anytime they hand you a paper, you just sign it and hand it back to them. Look, that's your test. Take the test.
My name is worth $4 million.
It's my autograph. You're welcome.
I got a 4 million% on this test right now.
Go to TMZ. I'll give a shit.
TMZ.
Oh, let's dive into a little bit of Stanley Cup playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like Carolina's way up on New Jersey.
Whooping up on the Devils.
Colorado whooped up on Dallas last night.
Yeah.
That was
Avalanche
tough.
came to town.
Yeah, they
played.
They're fast, man.
So, if Ovi wins the Stanley,
yeah,
think he's done?
That's a great question.
That's intriguing.
I feel like he would be in any other sport. I feel like hockey, he'll keep playing because he can. I think Ovi wants to hang around in hockey as long as he can, and as long as he can play at a high level.
Anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, his silver bullets and hot Cheetos diet,
it's working.
Well, it's not the love, it's the breakfast of champions.
I'm switching to it. Look at that guy.
Dude.
Greatest scorer of all time.
Yeah.
Loves his hot Cheetos and silver bullets.
Yeah.
I don't like Coors Light, but or my hockey player, so I don't know if it's gonna work out.
I'd have to.
I heard Coors Light's like having sex in a canoe. It's fucking near water.
Fucking near water. People are going on Ozempic. I'm going on the hot Cheetos.
Yeah, I don't even drink anymore, so I can't even say shit.
All right, I'm gonna ask you guys a little bit of just kind of how you feel about this particular topic. So Wesley Bryan, creator.
Yep.
Part-time PGA Tour player. Great golfer and one of the OGs of kind of the golf world and golf social media with Bryan Brothers. So he's supposed to play in Punta Cana last week, right?
Yep.
He played in the Creator Classic with Live Golf the week prior. So then he was subsequently suspended for playing in a different event. Then you have Grant Horvat.
Was he at that event?
Yes.
At the same event?
At the same event, playing in the same event. And does way more. Constantly plays with Phil. He just did a deal where he's got John Rahm, Josh Allen, himself, and Phil. And they're playing a 2-on-2 match. And somehow this guy gets a sponsor's exemption for 3 PGA Tour events.
I didn't know that there was a washing machine running the PGA. Because they're wishy-washy.
Yeah, his name's Jay Monahan.
He's a washing machine.
Dude,
I don't like that.
I don't like it at all. I don't like the double standard.
That's a double standard. That's the definition of a double standard.
You have one guy who actually qualified to be there.
Yeah.
And put in the time and won enough events, and then is a guy who gets to actually play in these alternate events. And then you got a guy who doesn't have any qualifications relatively in comparison of actually qualifying in events and then making his way in through to it. And then all of a sudden you've got him who's going to end up playing instead of...
Like, as far as YouTube golfers go, yeah, Grant, he's a hell of a golfer. But
hell of a player.
Hell of a player, but that's PGA is a different level, dude. That's a whole other echelon there, those guys.
And him coming in just feels like a ploy for more viewership.
That's all it is.
Because there's plenty of guys who are alternates where they get pissed if a guy shows up to an event, plays one hole, and then just DQs himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like I'd say like a 5th grade little temper tantrum that the PGA threw there. Like, oh, take your ball and go. I'm taking my ball and going home.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
Like, and I mean, the Live Golf, the PGA thing. Everybody has their pros and cons on each one.
Sure.
But you can't double standard it like that.
No,
if it's it's for all.
Yeah. Exactly.
Once shoe fits all. Like, if it don't work out for Dave, it shouldn't work out for you.
Exactly.
Sure.
And that it could have gave somebody else an opportunity.
And they could end up being the next great thing that ever comes through.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just needing a chance.
Yeah, so not a big fan of the way the PGA handled that. We'll see what they do eventually, but the PGA Tour right now, I think, is in a giant limbo because they're so non-committal to trying to make shit actually better.
Yeah.
And they're so dialed back with, like, let's not piss anybody off.
Yeah.
Like we talked, like, I mean, Augusta is always going to be Augusta.
Yeah.
Like, that's when your shoes are clean, your best.
Yeah,
your
you
Sunday
got your shit buttoned up.
But
yeah,
Live Golf got the live music going. Like golf's hard to get kids into to start with.
sure.
Like,
It's expensive.
It's very expensive.
Very expensive.
And if you see those neater things, kind of like the TJL, like when they're just hanging out being dudes. And I get Liv's not quite like that, but
I think there's places for both of it, though.
yes,
Like, and totally.
it's golf.
Because it's golf. There's different ways. Augusta, yes, you love it for the tradition, for the actual, like, pageantry of it all. It's a legit tournament.
And that's one tournament. And I feel like Live Golf is basically like the Waste Management Open.
Yeah, kind of the
Every
same vibe.
Wherever they take it.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's fun golf. And you guys know that, like, I like to play fun golf.
Yeah.
Can play ritzy golf, and there's all kinds of rules.
Yeah.
And I try and cue you guys in on, like, those little, like, nitpicky things, but you tell it to a normal person, and it's like, that's why I don't like golf, because it's so stuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like us playing. We understand. Like, we go play a private or a public course. You're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're having a great time. And you go play a private course.
Button it up.
You know that
You
the caller's
button it
going to
up.
be on, and you're going to be a golfer that day.
Oh,
Absolutely.
don't
Maybe
ever,
not smash 30 beers.
don't
Or
ever
maybe,
be that
I don't know.
douchebag that eats sunflower seeds and spits them on the green.
Don't spit your sunflowers on
Don't
the
be
green.
that guy.
I don't want to pick that shit up when it's in my line, and it's just,
It's a pain in the ass.
and it's tacky.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Bottom line, jeez,
Yeah.
tagline, just don't be a dick.
Yeah, words
There you
to
go.
live
That's a
by.
shirt right there. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Fundayz.
Coming soon to fundaysports.com.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Well, we talked about Frosty kind of getting his club heads beat back.
Yeah, that's interesting there. Turns out if you follow through on stuff, you could have better shots.
Yeah, and
The
shout
follow
out
through is a
to
lot.
Beef.
Yeah,
of
shout out to
Barstool
Beef.
Sports.
Varsity Beef.
That was
Big
a cool
sexy
deal.
man.
I was just kind of watching videos and just saw how he was following through. And it was more vertical instead of horizontal, where Frosty was losing a lot of those shots far off to the right. So, talked to Frosty about it. We were in the studio, hit a couple of shots, and just kind of got the feel for it. And then we went out and actually played 9 holes. And, dude,
It's
the
a
guy
game
hits the ball
changer.
straight now.
Little
Simply
things.
by changing his follow-through point instead of a held-off finish. And
Yep.
it's not a huge change, but incrementally, when we're talking about the science behind it,
Yeah.
he closed his club face by about 3 degrees, and then his axis, instead of coming over the top and outside of it, now it's just continued down through its path and line. So now he hits like a 2-yard cut, and he's not hitting a 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 yard slice.
You gotta
Still-
quit counting.
Still goes a long way. But you were also talking earlier outside when we were talking. And you said one of the other big things for all golfers listening. What's one of the most important things that you can do for your golf game?
Eat
Practice.
salads.
The grips.
Oh, your grips. Oh, yeah. Grips are a huge part of it.
Grips
Yeah, I don't
are a
think-
mind-blowing change.
And I don't think people realize that.
No,
Dude,
it
John
feels
Daly.
like an afterthought.
Shout out John Daly.
Yeah, because I imagine,
Open critic of it. Loves it.
I mean, most people ain't getting custom clubs. You run into Osteds or Shields or whatever, and you pick up your new Titleist or whatever.
You get your shaft and you get your head and you
Yep.
get all that different stuff going on. And, like, if you don't pay attention to the grip portion, I'm not saying newer clubs don't make a huge difference just in general, but if there's one simple and relatively cheap thing to do in the game, getting a grip properly sized that lines up for yourself,
It's a game
That-
changer.
changes everything. It's all about the rotation and the kinetics. So when we talk about the scientific explanation for Frosty ending up hitting a straighter ball, or its path playing in the way that it actually rotates through open or closed club face, a grip can negate a lot of those things, because when you allow yourself to get into a stagnant body motion, but then you're taking your rotation and continuing through while things are in a more locked-in portion because it's a little bit bigger or a little bit different, it's everything. Because that's when you start to see, it's like, how do I fix my slice? I can tell you every technical term in the entire world to try and help you fix your slice.
For me, seeing's believing. Like, if I do it and you tell me how to do it and I do it, that's the easiest way for me to fucking figure it out there.
Yeah, and there were a few times where you were still on your kind of old aiming target lines.
Yep. Yeah, and it just went dead straight.
Yeah, the old dreaded straight ball. Yeah. That's where it's hard to play golf when you're making a swing change, for sure.
Yep.
But don't be afraid to make the swing change.
Exactly.
I also heard, I can't remember who I was with. They talked about that same thing, like when you're talking about changing little things. He's like, hey, why don't you just cock it back 3/4 and swing at 80% and make clean connection? And he goes, it's going to change your game like crazy, because he goes, you're actually probably going to get more distance than you are when you cock back and think you're coming through at 200 miles an hour.
Right. 100%. A saying that a lot of people who I've caddied for and a lot of people I've played golf with, the thing that I go to, and it's exactly on those same lines, 80% backswing, and then let it fire.
Yeah.
And then just get back through. And what you end up doing is getting your weight in a position where you can really control it. And then what feels like 80% in the world of an overswing where we want to hit a 7-iron 200 yards and all of this crazy stuff, then you end up playing within your body and within yourself.
Yeah.
People want to swing like Bryson. There was a deal that came up. Bryson was lifting his left heel on his drives. I mean, we're talking like a 1/4 inch off of the ground, and then rocking and rotating through. And then people are saying like, oh, that's how you should drive the golf ball. That's how you should hit shots. Guess what? Bryson hits 1,000 shots a day.
Yeah.
Bryson works out.
Yeah.
You go to your fucking 9 to 5. Then we dick off. We eat fried food, drink alcohol, do whatever. Live the John Daly life. You think John Daly is going to sit there and say, like, hey, let my athleticism take over than my ingrained body mechanics and function?
Yeah.
Like, what? No.
There's another thing like that. I was playing with this kid, and I can't remember. We were like 160 out. He's like, what are you hitting? So, I don't know. So I'm just going to hit an easy 6. He's like, why don't you just muscle an 8-iron? I go, yeah. When I was like 21, 22, that might have been a cool play.
Yeah.
But when you get smarter at golf and let your clubs do more of the work instead of you expending every ounce of goddamn energy you have to get that ball to go, like just take the club that you feel comfortable with.
Sure.
And you don't got to over muscle everything. Like, got 18 holes to play, man. Like, blow your wad because you wanted to hit a 180-yard 8-iron when you could just club up a few times. And
yeah, wow, you really smoked that 8-iron. Yeah. I'm so sorry that you're leaving on a stretcher to go get a discectomy right now.
That's what he told me. He's like, dude, it looks way cooler. I was like,
I'm not looking to slip a disc.
No one's standing over there going, oh, dude, he hit an 8-iron. I seen it.
Oh, yeah.
I seen it. I was 100 yards away, nice. But I know that's an 8-iron.
I know that was an 8.
Yeah, so I was like, and that helped me on an ass load when he said that. I was like, wait a minute. Then if you can just learn how you control your clubs, and which comes with a lot of hitting, and I think that's where it helped. Like that simulator golf league. I know the simulator's a little bit different from outside, but now I can start understanding my clubs a lot better with which one you can power, which one,
Yep.
And it just felt like it helped, like, maybe hitting a 6 instead of an 8.
Yeah.
And
getting that feel.
And the whole goal is to put it on the green, no matter what club you have.
There's a great drill that I really love with that ability to shape different clubs at certain levels. And we used to play it when I was in Dallas. Ooh. Sorry. We call it the 7-iron challenge. So you go to the ladies' tees. Guess what club you use?
7.
3.
A 7. Yeah, great observation, Frosty.
Driver.
Really glad all of your intelligence is on display right now for our live broadcast. Yeah. Not live broadcast, but
I really think the 3's the right play on this.
I think the 3's, yeah, it would be nice sometimes.
We're definitely playing a 7-iron challenge. I'm gonna hit my 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit my 3. What do you think this one is? This is driver.
I'm gonna use my 4 and my 3. Add them up. It's 7.
But the 7-iron challenge and then teeing off from shorter distances in space, it helps you understand the differentiation between trying to muscle something and trying to work back off of it. Frosty will lose his mind sometimes if we're just out kind of screwing around, and I don't want to go back to the cart and get another club. It's just like, hey, watch this flop shot with the 6-iron.
I've seen it. It's pretty cool.
And when you can get the feel and further kind of practice those things that you never practice, it's more just distance control and differentiations where it's like, hey, if I really muscle this, what's it going to be? If I really try and lay something off and hit a little cut in like a 3/4, how much can I control it?
And that just comes from playing golf, too. You have to put the time into...
Shut up, practice.
Shut up, practice.
You know, like you said, so now that, when you say you got to really think about it, look at it, like now is this going to be something that I leave short on the fringe of the green? Or am I right another 60 yards out? You know?
Yeah.
You know, I mean...
And small, miss small.
Yeah.
Frosty and I were kind of going through that. The best thing that you guys have is essentially you have a one-way miss. Both of you, you're either going to slice it.
Yeah. Shout out slice.
I'm going to be short.
Or it's going to move a little left or right.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're sitting there on your line where you aim up on the edge of like the OB line.
Yeah.
And then you sit there and it's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to snap hook this one. So that's the great thing about having a one-way miss where you don't want to overcorrect and just go to completely draw golf just in general.
Yeah.
But it is nice to have that one-way miss. And you'll hear that a lot about PGA Tour guys just talking about like, well, it was kind of going left or right or both ways and whatever it was. They've got short game. They can get up and down.
Yeah.
But if you know relatively where it's going and then kind of work it off of that, that's when your golf swing is really working.
Yeah, when you can complement everything you're doing with the next shot. It's just a continuization.
Look at big words.
Big words today.
Huge words, Roxy.
I'm using 3 irons and saying big words.
And I seen the kind of on the same line with you, like Tiger was talking, and I was watching a deal with him helping a golfer, and I can't remember. He said, he's like, what's it to the fringe? And he's like, 99. He goes, where's the hole set? And he's like, 110. He goes, hit it 115. That golfer was like, what? He's like, hit it 115. He goes, you're not going to fly at 115, but he goes, you're still going to end up on the green. He goes, if you hit your 99-yard club that you're going to try to muscle, he goes, you could end up short. And he goes, now you're in a worse situation than we are.
Yep.
Sure.
So, I mean.
And it's just misses and where you can get up and down for certain stuff. And that takes a lot of knowledge and practice, and that's where whenever you go to a golf course around the country that is a little more exclusive, if they've got caddies,
listen to them.
Take a caddy.
Yeah,
that guy could tell you 10 things stupid throughout the day, but he's going to tell you 2 or 3 that help your entire day.
Yeah.
Shout out Scott when he told me I can't hit a 3-wood off the fairway, and I told him I could. And then I hit it 20 yards.
You didn't do it.
Oh, hey, could you have one more?
Yeah.
I think this is a bar.
So they do know what they're talking about, because I thought I was going to make them look like an asshole, and because I really can hit my 3-wood.
Yeah.
But when he told me at my 4-iron.
Tie lines and fairways and the way that you kind of lift up through the swing, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. He said I couldn't make it. I said I could, and I couldn't.
Turns out
that guy knew. That guy knew what he was talking about.
Turns out caddies spend a lot of times on those courses.
Especially on particular golf courses.
Yeah, do you see, like, I think I asked you that before. Like, I did. about, is it fun playing with like just an average golf? Is it fun caddying for like me and Frosty, or some real serious dude that's just out there to tear shit up?
Way more fun for you and Frosty.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun with the other guys, but they have enough knowledge. You try and just kind of coax them through.
Yeah,
And just kind of put your
Or you
input
don't want to
into
like
it.
put your.
But like with you guys, when we sit there and it's like, let's say we're out at a particular golf course I know really well, and you guys end up shooting the career round of your life.
Yeah.
That's so much more attainable than the guy who shoots like a couple under par and is like, oh, it's not the best I've ever had, and I didn't have the course record, like, and I grinded my ass off the entire day.
Yeah.
And like you guys drained like maybe a 45-footer, or you hit some approach shots where it just told you to hit it at a precise distance, and it took that hop up. And
Greatest putt I ever hit was with you out at that particular course.
And the crazy part is that's probably.
I don't even remember.
Dude, like the hole was over here, and you're telling me to aim over here, and you're like, "Yep, just act like it's gonna come right through this line."
Just
I hit
pick
it,
that
watch
spot.
that thing break down, and just rolls like it was like a 20-footer or something like that.
And like you said, like out of all the golf courses I played, and I played a lot of them around the areas, and when you get on that particular golf course that has nicer greens,
Mm-hmm.
man, it's crazy how much easier it is to putt on them nicer greens.
You're not kidding. As long as you can get the pace down.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my.
You gotta
biggest
dial
issue.
back the pace, but especially if you have somebody like, I'll tell a lot of people out at courses, downhill putts, it's like, I'll bring it back overall, like, read totally inclusive, going straight, like, PGA 2K25 Tiger Woods golf.
Yeah.
It's like, I want you to hit a flat, straight putt, try and hit it exactly to the point where I'm talking to you about. Like, that's where you want to end it up. And then let everything else happen that's going to happen in the green.
Yeah.
Especially on massively undulated places with faster greens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's like playing on an ice rink sometimes on those courses. Like,
Especially when you've been playing something slow for a little bit.
Yeah.
yeah, like,
And then the wind goes.
yeah,
And you watch your ball get pushed right off the green because the wind is blowing.
yeah. You're like, what is this shit?
Dude, that's the most fun thing, is when I've been out and playing on those really fast greens, and I would go to my player each time, and it's like, here's where the read normally is. This is where we're going to play it because of wind. And then when they listen, and it's like these ridiculous conditions, gusts of like 45, 50.
Yeah, where it's gonna move the ball. It's on that particular course.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus they're going straight downhill, and it's back into the wind, and it's like, you need to play this uphill.
It's so crazy, too, because you don't think that the wind should affect your putt.
Yeah, you don't think so.
Frosty, the mic's open now for just me and you, just
Just you guys.
we just want to do a little rap battle?
Ladies, welcome.
Welcome. Welcome to the stage, Fantasia.
Welcome to the stage, Cinnamon.
Remember, gentlemen, they don't dance for free.
They're single moms, and we love them just as much as you do.
Oh, shout out to the Hopscotch in Fort Pierre being closed down till September.
What?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Renovations, I guess.
Oh, really?
But
Not
if you
that
ever...
I'm, like, really a patron of that place.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not like... I mean, I did have my punch card. It was, I was almost for one free or lap dance, and they closed it.
Had that deal where I put the business card in there for the free lunch,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes, it's a good... Yeah, if you're ever on the Fort Pierre, America, stop in. You're going to have to be after September to the famous Hopscotch.
Yeah. Hey, I want to shout out, what is that, Mi Ranchita, downtown Pier, where Gallo's was.
The new Mexican restaurant.
New Mexican restaurant. That place is bomb.
That's fire, dude.
Oh, let me get
Gasolina.
That is some good stuff. Davey has some stuff to talk about as a Texan with Mexican food.
Oh, yeah. You guys are all Texans. Oh, man. First time I go down to Texas, that you say is Texan. Like, being from small town South Dakota. Hooters. First time we see Hooters.
Oh, God.
And my buddies are like, don't worry, we'll order wings. That was an absolute terrible fucking idea.
Yeah.
You can
Nuclear wings.
smell the heat before they even got to the table. And
Those
these
are good
guys
wings.
are eating them like it's nothing. And I mean, I may have had 2 and it was on fire. I was like, what? How do you do this? And
they don't do spice up here like they do down south.
Oh boy, man, I was like, well, what? How do we eat these? And they're careful, just smash them.
Just smash them.
Eat them fast. Once your taste buds go numb, then you know that you're locked in.
Then you just keep going.
Oh, just keep going.
Chicken tortilla soup with jalapeno juice in it.
Ooh.
I just made. I'll make one. I'll make this for you guys. I just made it for my mom and dad yesterday. I slow cooked a ham.
Happy Easter.
For 6 hours, and then I make a.
What temp did you do the ham at?
It was right around 200, like 195, 200.
Was it previously smoked?
Yes,
so second
double
smoke?
smoked it.
Yeah, double smoked.
Double smoked it, and then I made a blackberry preserve candy jalapeno glaze for it.
Oh shit! Yeah, look at you.
Yeah, I do it on my ribs too, but
this is food porn right now.
Oh man, I'm telling you, these ribs. Like my kids love these ribs because what it is a candied glaze on the ribs. Like it gets sweet and sticky, and it's got some heat. And then I'll put individual on my ribs. I'll put individual cut up jalapenos. So if you want the extra heat,
Hell yeah,
because
then you get the option.
I mean, everybody can't just take the heat. So, but it comes out real sweet. It's got some heat to it. And my mom, man, that ham yesterday, everybody's like, my brother-in-law ordered 2 of them. My mom wants me to bring another one up next weekend if I can.
Yeah.
You know, it's I just love food. Big food guy.
Don't know if you know this about me. I love food as well.
But yeah, sorry that I got off there. But
I think it's funny because I know for a fact that I eat more than Frosty.
Yeah, he does.
That's weird.
It's wild. Fun facts for everybody listening.
No, had a buddy that
people,
do that.
I love
man.
you. I identify. I know the struggles.
So I have my buddy. We'd drink all weekend in college, and he'd probably, we'd just eat shit food. Maybe he downed like 2 or 3 bags of Doritos, and he'd take his shirt off and be like,
count the abs.
My ab got a little tighter this weekend. Of course it did. Of course it did. Well, my blood pressure's through the roof.
Yeah, no shit. I smelled a bag of chips and gained 4 pounds.
Turns out my blood pressure is extremely low. It was funny. So when we were at the Mexican restaurant, I look down at my watch and I get an update. And turns out I had an extremely high heart rate.
Oh. You turned on by the old food or what?
Dude.
Yeah. I was reading the menu and like going through everything that they had, and then like we had chips and salsa, I had some Dos Equis, and they brought the lime too. Didn't even have to ask for the lime; they just brought the lime.
There.
Dude, Mi Ranchita, those guys got their shit on lock.
Oh my god! And I was telling Frosty, I was sitting there, I got the carne asada, and then just a side of tortillas, so I kind of sliced my own carne.
Yep.
And then ended up putting that inside of the tortillas, do a little bit of Spanish rice, a little bit of refried beans, and then put guac on top. Every time I was taking a bite out of this taco, and like I got a high standard for tacos.
Yeah.
Every time I took a bite out of this taco, my eyes were rolling into the back of my head. I was like, oh my god!
There was a shit-eating grin on his face the entire time.
The whole time.
The whole time.
When we lived in Rapid, there was this Mexican restaurant in the bottom of this sketchy ass motel.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
And we eat there a couple times. I mean, it's like the big plate, and you can't even see your plate. The beans are falling over it. It was so good. And we just raved about it. We went there for weeks, and we had a bunch of friends come to town. We're like, we're going Mexican.
Hell yeah.
And we're going. We show up, and this lady's like, where are you headed? Like, Mexican restaurant. Like, it's closed down. I was like, what do you mean? She goes, there's so many health violations. I was like, yeah, we understood that. That's why we were coming here. Like,
we didn't care
still
about
the best.
the health.
Nobody gives a shit about your health.
The end result that was on the plate, I didn't care what was going on back there. Like, I just wanted that authentic Mexican.
Exactly.
And when they have it, it's great. There's a great spot I want to shout out Los Tapatios in Cedar Hill, Texas. So Los Tapatios is right on the south side of Dallas. You go Dallas, Oak Cliff, Duncanville, Cedar Hill. So this Mexican restaurant, absolutely amazing, great service, amazing food. It's connected to one of the only diesel-only fuel stations in the area.
Oh, nice.
And you go in, full sit-down Mexican restaurant.
Shit, yeah.
Best chips and salsa that you could ever taste. Just like chunky, good salsa, like a lot of like mild heat where it doesn't overburn you.
I like my ladies chunky.
We went to a Mexican restaurant down on the border, down by we're south of Tucson there.
Oh yeah.
And there was like this like
different Mexican food.
Yeah, there was like this chain, like, and then there was this hole in the wall one. At this point, we don't understand Spanish a lick.
Yeah.
And they brought us out to
number 1, number 2, number 3.
Yeah. And you know it's good when you tried it and like when you ordered and you're like, bro, like I have no idea what I did.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll take the pollo con orozo.
We brought out the
I take a lot of pride in being able to pronounce shit off of the Spanish menu.
I try to without butchering it. I try not to.
She set the
anything you need, just ask.
Yeah.
I don't speak Spanish. I speak Mexican food.
She set the salsa down. She said, what did she say? Like, mucho caliente?
Oh, very spicy.
Yeah, super hot.
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
we had no idea what that meant.
Oh, muy delicioso.
Like, we've been to Taco Bell and these
Diablo sauce.
Diablos and
that's
had a
spicy.
habanero.
I've ate hot shit before. I'm telling you what.
You don't know fucking heat.
Holy shit, dude. That salsa was very, very mucho caliente.
That's the cool part about that sauce, that stuff, though. I haven't had that particular one, obviously, but like it's got such great flavor with it, though, too. It's not just about the heat. It's the flavors of everything, the freshness of it that really pulls it out.
It's easy to make something hot. It's much harder to make something that's
hot,
spicy, but still savory.
Yes.
Like you get some of those chicken wings where you're just like, oh, this is just hot.
Yeah, like the bomb
hot
that stuff has extract in it. It's just straight up pain. There's no flavor to it.
We used to always like it because I come from the construction.
The bomb is the worst out of the hot ones challenge.
Out of those ones, it's ranked, man. It's like they've said it is the worst one. Like heat wise, it's not the worst one as far as the heat goes.
As far as Scovilles,
yes.
But as far as just in general, everybody has a terrible time.
It's the worst. It comes in a grenade.
We had hunters from Wisconsin try it on a toothpick, and 2 of them were puking outside.
Oh, man.
I laughed my ass off, because I've tried that stuff. It's like we tried every hot sauce that was in there.
Every single one.
We had a competition when we lived in Rapids, so you could grow the hottest pepper.
Yep.
Jeez. And
that's a terrible competition.
This is terrible. And our buddy, God, this is great. So he goes to the garden, and some bugs got in one of the, I can't remember what he had, but this shit would make you scream. And he's like, oh, shoot, the seeds, like, let's check this out. And he broke it all open, and he's looking through to see what it all looked like, and threw it on the ground, whatever.
No.
Guess what? He had to take a piss.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he didn't think about it. He went around the backside of the garage.
Oh,
I bet he's screaming.
Oh.
That's a burn that makes gonorrhea feel good.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
He said He said that's painful, but like coming from that,
sticking your dick in a wasp nest, man.
That was always when you were talking about Mexican. When you were talking about Mexican food, we worked in big construction. We were electricians, and we'd run these huge projects.
Yeah.
Lunchtime always sucked for us.
Yep.
Because you had whatever you could find at your house to eat for lunch, and man, the Mexicans on the job site always had that one that would cook, and the whole job site
smelled so good.
Oh yeah,
so good. And then they'd always be like, "You want one?" Like, yeah.
But it was hotter than a son of a bitch.
Oh god, it was so but like you said, like they could make it where it was hot, but it was so flavorful.
Yeah.
That you didn't want to cook.
That's the heat I craved.
Yes. Like
tasteful heat.
Yes.
Tasteful heat.
And that's funny too, because my buddies were, they're like, dude, you can eat what they're cooking on that little propane stove? Absolutely.
100%.
Any day of the week. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
You think I want gas station chicken salad today?
No.
Give me a break.
I'm going to take a chance with 3-day-old sushi?
Yeah, like what? What are we talking about?
Oh, man.
That was off the hook. But shout out to all good Mexican restaurants. You just can't beat them. They're cheap.
Oh,
You know,
You can't beat them, but they got to do it the right way.
they have to do it the right way. Yes.
If you order,
Frosty knows my take on Mexican food up here.
Yes.
We went to one place, and look, I'm a guy who will eat what's on my plate.
Yep.
And just try not to take care of it.
Yeah.
One place down in Pierre, we went to there. Not the last place we went to. We went down there. I took a bite out of the tamale.
Oh.
I literally spit it out.
Yeah.
I'll eat anything. Anything.
That
tamale was so gross.
There's a great Mexican restaurant down in Winter, and the kids were playing the basketball tournament. I don't know, there's like 15 of us, and they're like, is it going to be good? And I was like, I don't know. They said it was decent.
Yeah.
And you knew it was going to be good because we ordered in English, like I said, and she had zero clue what we ordered.
Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You want a Coke?
Yeah.
You know? And I paid for the whole thing. I think there was like 15 of us. There was adults and kids or whatever. I picked up the tab, and it was like $150.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And everybody left there like, oh, God.
Miserable.
I'm full.
Stuffed.
And
full.
they're so good.
I know when I left there yesterday, I was fucking busting at the seams.
I love that.
Like, uncomfortably full.
And I'll pay for good food.
And I had a to-go box full. I ate that for supper, too, later on that night.
Go boxes, too. Like, oof.
Oh, man. That was a day where, like, it takes a lot for me to want to keep eating. Shout out 420.
Shout out 420.
It takes a lot for me to want to keep eating if I'm already full.
Dude.
The food was so good.
So delicious.
Again, plug the name real quick.
Oh, Mi Ranchita. I had the Mi Ranchita burrito with
Mi Ranchito.
Was it Al Pastor?
You're a man.
Bitch. Oh, chef's kiss.
So good.
Yeah.
Delicioso.
It's gasolina.
Great restaurant, great staff. They really take care of you there. And they're fast. It was like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
If that. Like, by the time we were done eating and everything.
And they got busy. Busy.
Yeah, you got to get like a big thing out, too, like where we live, Pierre, is to have that. Because when you go out to eat, you're like, should we go to this steakhouse? This steakhouse? Or this steakhouse? Or how about we drive out of town to go to that other steakhouse?
Yeah.
So I've got a dream for Pierre. Well, before we started Fundayz Sports, and now we're doing okay. But I wanted to start a pizza shop where we made New York style pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Like true New York style pizza.
Then you're gonna piss the people off from Chicago.
Yeah. Fuck them. They're from Chicago.
At that point, man. I've had Chicago.
You're in the Midwest.
Pizza.
You stayed in the Midwest.
Don't get me wrong, but I'm not looking for one slice of pizza, and I'm going to be puking after.
The best pizza in the country is made in Connecticut.
One of the best like tasting pizzas I've had was help me out here. Oh God. There's a restaurant now in Rapid. They just built it not too long ago.
Don't spend much time out there.
I can't remember it now.
Out in Rapid?
Well, they're all over. Old Chicago.
Oh, Old Chicago, yeah.
The double deckeroni pizza. It's made with hot sauce.
Ooh.
And
I don't want thick pizza.
It's not real thick. But boy, that hot sauce though, like you said, hot but flavorful.
Oh yeah.
I'll eat it.
Good combo.
Our Detroit style pizza is really good. I've never had it.
No, nothing in Detroit is good. No,
the Lions.
No, Detroit sucks. If Canada would trade Toronto for Detroit, I'd be cool with it.
Yeah.
Like, you can have the Lions. Congrats, you have an NFL football team now.
True.
Congrats, Canada. We'll knock down your tariffs 0.076%.
I don't know if Dan Campbell would agree with you on the Lions going to Canada.
I don't think Dan Campbell would give a shit. He just wants to bite kneecaps off. You think he cares about tariffs?
Kneecap off.
He just wants to win football games. He don't care.
Sorry.
Like the Blue Jays. the only Canadian team. So all of Canada cheers for the Blue Jays.
Back in the day, before you guys were probably born, Montreal Expos.
Yeah.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Yep.
Lad.
We're not that young. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I just, there might be some people listening that are young.
Yeah. There will be.
Well, they had Vancouver, the Grizz.
The Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Just moved to Memphis. Then
just moved to Memphis.
Then you got Toronto. Then you capitalize the market.
Capitalize. True.
All of one for all. I mean, it's basically the 51st state, so, like, why would we be worried about putting multiple teams up there?
Yeah.
They can't even win a Stanley Cup, and it's their own damn sport.
Their own sport.
Yeah, I've touched the Stanley Cup.
Not in 103 years.
Oh, I've touched it.
You have?
Yeah.
You won the Stanley Cup?
No.
Fucking bad luck the rest of your life, buddy.
Oh, it was kind of crazy. My buddy that lived in Rapid, the ECL, or I think they're whatever hockey team whatever they're affiliated with, it was Lord Stanley came around. Man, that guy's job that he has, that'd be so titties. Like,
yeah, take care of like one trophy.
One trophy. And it was crazy. Like, you don't
in
realize.
In the 5th most popular sport in the United States.
Yeah.
I love hockey, though.
I do love hockey.
I hate talking shit about it, but like God.
Hockey's another one of those sports, though, like, you just, if you're not a true hockey fan, it's tough to watch on TV. But if you go watch a couple games live,
yeah,
it's great.
And if you watch playoff hockey, if you're not totally into hockey, watch playoff hockey, man. Like, see how much those guys give a fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
They're allowed to drop mitts and actually box.
Oh, boy.
On the rink. Like, you think those guys care?
No. And that's what I loved about hockey. Like, and you knew who was out there, and the other team just fucks with the wrong guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, bud.
Talk get hit, man. This is it.
No, and you hit the wrong guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it keeps the game cleaner.
Yeah.
It would basically be like NFL football if Fundayz Perfect, hate to call him out. So if he made one of his hits, instead of like guys getting after him and then taking care of that shit, like if you have a lineman and both of those guys square up, take their helmets off, lock up on their shoulder pads and start punching the fucking shit out of each other, dude, you think Fundayz would have made those hits?
No,
it protects the game.
Yeah.
CTE coming near you.
God, really quick.
I mean, ruined his career. Ruined you.
Well, he was a great player. He's pointed out in a time frame where we love to focus on like particular moments instead of long term.
Yeah.
But it was a habitual offender with like really dirty hits.
Yeah, really.
Not relatively dirty. Like they were dirty hits.
Yeah.
But you don't look at who he is behind the scenes, and he just had to deal with John Gruden come out.
Yeah.
And they were talking through, and like John Gruden loves Fundayz Perfect. John Gruden also loves CTE, but
I love him hitting. I love those head hits. But I mean, Antonio Brown.
You're nicey.
I mean, being Antonio Brown, that ruined his
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, every day's a half day if you just quit at halftime.
It makes you wonder, without that hit, would he have had his reaction in Tampa Bay when he quit on that deal?
Shut Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And we can't say it's the one, but that's where, it turns into...
Could have contributed to it.
No, and the helmet that he was wearing was actually outlawed by the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
When he was playing for the Raiders, and then there was that big deal where he was trying to play with the old helmet, and then he was holding out because the NFL wouldn't let him play with a helmet that's no longer approved. It's like, oh, I wonder why that helmet wasn't approved.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it fixes everything. Putting a Guardian cap is not going to fix it either.
No.
Guys have to tackle clean.
You have to change the approach to how you're doing it. Is part of it. You have to take...
And a lot of that is, though...
the human part.
Like, I get these hits, they're bad. But then we're also talking about special athletes that are at full speed.
And you got to pull up.
Yeah, you got to pull up. That's when you get hurt yourself.
Right. That's the biggest thing. If you don't commit entirely, It's like if you're going to be wrong, be 100% wrong. Don't be hesitant.
And I think you'll see it later. I think now as the years evolve, it'll get better. Those big hits will get... There's always going to be big hits because it's in football. Like, things do happen.
Yeah, you got guys over 200 pounds running full speed at
hitting
each
at
other.
the speed of cars, man.
You're going to start...
Simulates car crashes. Shit's
we're ending the era
35, 40 miles an hour, and you ain't got no frame.
Yeah, and we're ending the era of these guys that grew up, that are playing, they're still on the tail end of their careers, that's how you hit. And now we're teaching these kids, like you said, at youth football programs, through high school and college, like, hey, that head's up, and, you're centering them.
Yeah, get away from it.
Yeah.
Like
get your head away from it. Because, I mean, every little hit to the
it adds
head,
up, man.
it just keeps...
Yep.
And it takes one big one, and then you're like, oh, shit, maybe I should pay attention more to what's been going on.
Yeah, I didn't realize... I mean, I've had concussions quite a few times, but when I got hit in the head with that pipe and fractured my neck, it wasn't...
What the fuck?
Jesus Christ, dude.
Whose husband were you plowing?
No, it was a terrible deal. It was on a job site, actually, and
I tried to swan dive off.
The sprinkler fitter dudes. Sprinkler fitter dudes swung a pipe through without checking if anybody was behind the wall, and it had that 4-inch metal elbow on it, and it caught me right in the forehead. And like, I'm not a serious person ever, and I don't remember much after this, but I climbed down the ladder and I sat down. My apprentice goes, "You all right?" I go, "No." I said, I've never broke my neck before, but I think if a guy broke his neck, it would feel exactly like this. And it wasn't even the neck part. It took me like 3 months to come back from that concussion. Like, I couldn't. And that guy said it's a lot of your eyes.
Yeah.
Like, and he goes, I wish like every kid before they started sports would have their eyes done in that baseline deal. So he goes, we know that when you get hit in the head, where we got to work your glasses back to that baseline. Because he goes, now at that age, he goes, I don't know where your baseline's at.
Right.
And I ended up having to work with Rap City Rush hockey team. I had to work with their team doctors to try to come back from, because he just got back from a big NHL deal with concussions, and it was a crazy deal with the eye exercises and everything that, because, man, it just ruined my world.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's your brain, man.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it's literally the control point for everything that you feel.
Motherboard.
And I take a lot of hits to that sucker. Like,
maybe that's what we need to do. Just find some furries and just knock them over the head. Have a little CTE and just, like, I don't know, man the fuck up or something.
Next thing you know, they'll be hitting a 3-iron in a 7-iron competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say 7 or 3?
And I'd still feel fine about punching them in the face like I would feel about you, Frosty.
Motherfucker. Man, it's crazy that it's Easter and you two just woke up and chose fucking violence today.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Every day.
He has risen.
My wife wakes up every morning and chooses violence. I can tell you that. Holy shit.
Dude, that guy died for my sins.
He did. So we can choose violence.
I'm here for it.
I'm here. If it's the right kind of violence.
It depends, yeah.
We just can't get too soft.
No, I mean, society is going that way, and what's really crazy to me is I'm part of the society with kids, because I grew up when, like, you knew, like, oh, fuck, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Dad.
I'm going to get whooped.
Oh, shit. And you're like, man, you were hoping that you could get to mom first.
Yeah, go break the ice with her.
Yeah,
get softer.
And then she'd always be like, wait till your dad gets home. Like, do we really have to involve him, though?
Do we have to?
Can we just not?
Are you sure?
What he doesn't know doesn't really
not
hurt.
say we did.
It'll be fine. Everything's
fine.
fine.
So, like, that's the part of it. Like, all these people that, me included, that had kids that grew up in this era that, like, you were going to get your ass whipped. And so you understood and respected adults.
Right.
You always respected your elders, no matter what.
Yeah.
Sure.
But now, like, everybody's so soft. It's like,
fuck you, Uncle Chip. I'm going to throw your war medals off the bridge.
I'm going to come at you like a spider monkey.
I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's the whole
I'm
participation.
not years
thing,
old,
you know?
but I'll
Like I
beat
said,
your ass.
kids are quitting basketball 5th grade because we can't win medals. Well, we're shitty, like, and that comes
Work
from like,
harder.
this tough parenting, like, hey, you're all right, kid. Like, you're all right. Like, that coach just doesn't see what's really inside you,
Yeah.
Go to your room and think about it while you're playing PS5 and on your cell phone.
And there's a fine line, and I feel like the dumbassness that's in actual parents who have their kids in sports, I think that's a big thing that's taking away from it, because like, you're supposed to deal with a horrible situation in sports, and you handle that in the correct way, and guess what? Bad shit happens in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very true.
And kids that grow up with no consequences, it eventually catches up.
Big time.
Those kids go to prison.
Yeah. I mean,
Or they go to money
They end up
where
on
it
a
don't
Duke
matter.
lacrosse
I
team.
just read that story of that girl.
They'll just start a podcast.
That girl that went to
podcast.
one of the Tesla protests, and she, I don't know, scratched up a bunch of them or lit some on fire, and now her mom and dad are worried because that she just got caught up with the wrong people, so she shouldn't be held responsible, and she's not gonna do good if she has to go to jail.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's
Hold the parents accountable.
Yeah, like, hey, you're 18 years old. At 4 years old, you should probably know what's right and what's wrong.
Turns out in the state of whatever, they find you as an adult now.
Oh, and I love this. People
Actions have
like,
consequences.
and I don't care, political, whatever you
And if you
feel.
ain't grown up enough before you get to 18, I don't know,
on you,
parents,
man. That's
maybe
on
help
parents.
grow your fucking kids up.
That's on the fucking parents.
And I do love, like, the whole political thing, whatever these Teslas, like, people are vandalizing them, and the Tesla's just recording them while they're doing it.
Yeah, the whole time.
Get out of here.
Great job, brother. Proud of you.
Thanks for the publicity, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. It's about what it amounts to.
Yeah. I would drive a Tesla, but I can't afford one.
Yeah, you can.
Maybe I could.
You can afford a 2022 model.
Could you imagine a Cybertruck with a big Fundayz logo on it, like a Fundayz wrap?
Austin Gross, shout out, sponsor us.
The only dude.
If you're down, I'm down.
I mean, they're cool. Like, I've got a couple buddies that got the cars, and then Austin has the.
I've never really sought after them though.
No, I mean,
Dude, I can't even keep the battery in my smoke detector charged. You think I'm gonna got my phone, got my Apple Watch, got a smoke detector, all this other dumb shit remotes.
I'll ask Eric tomorrow if he can get a charging station up for us. We're gonna all three get Teslas.
Oh shit! Let me tell you to FO, man.
But
I might try and bring my own if we get that much government funding for it.
Well,
We'll just have the Fundayz charging station.
Yeah.
Gotta rotate our cars, boys.
Let's be honest. Like, if you're driving a Tesla, it's just because you have money. Like,
if you're in an area where it actually charges, I would say.
I shouldn't say that. Like, this part of the world that we live in, if you're driving a Tesla, it's because it's your third or fourth option of a vehicle that you
It's
have.
not the number one.
No.
If you're in a major metropolitan area, I get what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Beat
made
lines
for those
at the gas
people that
station,
have those
plugging it
shorter
at home.
commutes. So.
I don't know.
It's just goofy. I don't even like plugging my phone in to charge, let alone my damn car.
Yeah.
I get annoyed enough when I gotta go to the gas station, and I know right where that thing is. I gotta go sit in line, and it's like some douchebag who's driving through
Now I gotta be
from
here
California.
for 45 minutes now watching this thing charge.
It's like, cool, yeah, I'm gonna go inside of that non-existent restaurant that's here.
You getting the vegan tofu or the regular tofu?
Oh, they do have the Tesla Classic down in Custer, South Dakota. It has a Tesla Classic every year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool beans.
Yeah. That's why I knew that, because we had to wire a couple charging stations in, and this is kind of before I knew what they were doing, like what they were.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna charging cars. What are you talking about? Like in the middle of Black Hill. Like that thing's gonna have a 30-mile range after when it's 45 below zero. But they are fast.
They are fast.
Fast as shit.
No lag.
No lag, man. All instantaneous power to the electric motor.
You can pump fake noises out of fake speakers, but
I know.
Ain't nothing coming out that's actually like,
it's like the vet.
Testosterone.
It's like the vet that we had, like the Borla exhaust. Like you want to hear the horn.
You want to hear that thing go.
Yeah. You don't want to see some guy come by you going, shit. Shit. Just got beat by a silent thunder.
Oh, well, boys, I think we're at a good point right here. Biggest thing is just next week we've got Lincoln Keenholz coming on.
Big one. It's going to be a sweet.
It's going to be a sweet podcast.
Fresh Huddle, bringing the heat.
Fresh Huddle's just dropping heat for Pierre. Like, get up there and support him.
Yeah. Dude, please do.
Great shop. He's got great stuff.
Got jerseys
right
anywhere.
Behind you there's a Ricky Williams card I got from him.
Ricky.
420. Shout out, Ricky.
Shout out, Ricky.
You know that guy's celebrating today.
Oh, yeah.
Guaranteed. He probably getting paid to celebrate, too.
Probably
is.
Oh.
But, yeah, Fresh Huddle, shout out to Art. Like, he's doing a great thing. Lincoln Keenholz next week will be big.
That'll be a big one.
Really excited to talk to Lincoln.
Yeah.
I mean, just great athlete from the area, really gone out and then made his way through, and he's digging through the trenches, and he's made a national name for himself.
Yeah.
In the meantime.
Yeah.
And I mean, shit.
Just like he's a real good story because, like these kids, I mean, it's possible if you put in the hard work, and he put in an ass load of hard work.
Yeah.
And that all comes from where people get confused. Like, people aren't just born champions. They're made champions when they're doing shit, when the cameras ain't on, when there's nobody else in the gym, there's nobody else in the weight room.
Games are won in the noise of the crowd.
Yep.
Championships are won in the quietness and the silence of the weight room.
You just got to be willing to do the dirty shit that some other kid ain't willing to do.
Exactly.
That's it. Put in the work, and then you get the spotlight.
Yep.
That spotlight don't just come because you're an influencer.
No.
Oh, well, we've got a great time. We're going to be live next week. Again, August 26th at noon down at the Pier Mall. We're going to have merchandise available for you guys, and you can enter our raffle for a free hat. Big week coming up. We've got the NFL draft. Big Fish, again, is going to be live at the Gray Zabel draft party.
Yeah.
Shit,
and hopefully there's a hell of a moment. And if not, I'm still curious. I think he's going to be okay. And if he drops to the second round, I don't think he's a guy who sits there and says, oh, they're not paying me money right now. He's just going to go out, put in the work, and become an all-pro.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think he's going to have the mentality that whoever takes me, they're getting the best of me.
I mean,
that's the way
fishing in church.
I mean, when he's down at the Senior Bowl, I mean, when they would ask, sports commentators would be like, hey, what do you think? That one guy was like, what do you think of Gray Zabel? He's like, clearly we can stop talking about him. He won the week. Let's talk about other players.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they say that, and I feel like they start talking about other players because it's from a bigger program that's in the SEC or the Big Ten, and that's all they care about talking about.
Yeah, well,
they don't care about the talent. Like, he literally just proved that he was the best talent down there.
Bingo. Best O-lineman of the entire draft.
Pissed the big boys off.
Big time. Hey, you think Will Campbell's going to sit there and with his short little arms that he's real mad about right now? Well, it was never a problem when they were talking about me before, but now my wingspan short, and now it is a problem.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's draft season, buddy. At least you went to LSU.
Yeah.
Oh, that's enough talk on that. Damn, boys, I had a good time with you.
It was a good time.
Always a good time seeing you fellas.
Always a good time.
Always.
Again, go to fundaysports.com. Go and get your merch. stay tuned for more golf content.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, our live stream next weekend with Lincoln Keynotes is huge. Shout out to Fresh Huddle, Rails Jewelers.
Richie's. Shit, all kinds of them for food. Well,
Richie's Z's, and then the Long Branch as well. Big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. Support your local YMCA. Support your local organization that's trying to give back to those who are in need of hunger. One in particular in South Dakota that we're working with is Feeding South Dakota. So just understand that even if you think your life is shitty,
someone always has it worse.
Way worse than you got a good life. It doesn't mean you have to feel bad for it, but don't be afraid to give back to things that you really care about and things that tug at your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just remember when you're in a bad spot, there's someone that's below you wishing they were in your spot.
And that's the other thing, too. It doesn't have to be a huge donation or a huge thing. It could be the smallest thing that can make the biggest impact.
Yeah.
Big time.
So every little bit matters with that.
Every little
bit. Time. Make
Just
them smile.
Yeah.
Just say hi to somebody on the street, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Talk to them. You got a cashier that you're checking out with? Ask them how they're doing.
Yeah.
Just converse with them.
Small gestures go a long ways.
You never know how far that can end up going.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, boys.
Well, fellas.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Love you guys lots. End of episode 6.
See you next week.
Deuces.
Deuces.
Okay, bye.